So PSV 2 didn't flatter him, by the way. It did not flatter him. Arsenal 0. This is not going to take long. We don't care if you cry about the ratings. Put yours in the comments. I'm pretty sure most of you will agree with Kenny and Jez. That was a shambolic performance. Some of our first teamers dropped bad performances. But the worst thing was the fringe players. Their performances, wow. But anyway, is what it is. Smash the likes up. Follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. Arsenal History and More, Jez's channel, both links in the description of the video. Follow my TikTok. I'm not doing dances, I'm putting clips out. So if you want to see me dancing, that ain't happening. I'm WD-40. I'm a stiff white ute, as you youngsters would say. Jez, first defeat in this competition this season. It's been coming, right? What did you make of that for anyone who hasn't checked out the fan cams?
Shocking, embarrassing, disgraceful. The cracks are showing, Lee, Kenny. We've said this for a couple of weeks. Well, I've said it. It's starting to break apart. And the depth of the squad is proven that we are not good enough to actually progress in this competition. As I said to Kenny off camera, Mr. Arteta popped the white flag out, brought on 2 defenders. Why didn't he bring on the great depth of strikers and attacking midfielders we got? We haven't got any. In this stage of the game, in the Europa Cup, we should have said, right, we're 2-0 down. We've got to go out all on attack. Okay, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And if we lose 3-4-0, well, we tried to attack. No, he pots the white flag out, brings on 2 defenders, and it's an embarrassment. Shocking. I feel sorry for the fans that made that bloody journey.
The hardcore as well. I've done some of them trips. Obviously not all of them, but I've been on some of them European aways. And it can cause friction in a relationship, workplace, bank balance, and also some of these places you go are freezing cold. Obviously, Eindhoven's not freezing, but it's not the best weather. But yeah, I think every single one of them fans that went there tonight can hold their head up high and say they put in a better performance than any of our players tonight. Kenny, what did you make of it, bro?
Well, it's been coming for a long time. I mean, we raised. I think people who I've spoken to on Instagram, they've said since Liverpool we've been poor, and I include Liverpool in the fact that Liverpool did open us up, a team that wasn't in form. And look at they walked through us in terms of their goals they scored. And if you look at today, that was no different. There's a fatigue issue, and there's a loss of form. We need to have conversations where it doesn't matter how you dress it up. You could roll on the ground and have a fight about it. You can talk about it rationally. But Odegaard is not worth his place in the side. He is completely off form. He's gone backwards in terms of the brilliant form that he's displayed before. Early on in the season when we scored goals, it's not working out for him. Papa Marie looked more like a chief playmaker than him in a losing cause. So, Fabio Vieira looked more of a fine. Samuel Lokonga, you've got to come to situations that if you can't shape up, then come January you're gonna have the same situations as ours. And Eddie Nketiah, in terms of Arsenal fans, be careful what you wish for. Because I'll tell you one thing now. It's very easy for us to say all 3 of us said we told you so regarding Odegaard. Definitely Edward as well. But the fact is that if this is an advertisement for the January transfer window that we really need to buy, then today's match is an advert for that.
Yeah, not only that, it's also we're kind of limping across the line, flogging certain players to death in a Europa League group. And let's be real, you said it in a previous fan cam, Kenny. I think it was last week after the PSV game. I think you said we're too good for Europa League group stage, not for the competition, because this is kind of where we're at, and that's been highlighted tonight. Yeah, but we're too good for the group stage. The fact that we've played so many first-team players in the group stage, kind of sums up where we're at. But listen, smash the likes up, sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. Follow Kenny Ken 1972 Insta. Links in description. If you don't like our ratings, we don't care. Cry is what it is. Let's go. Jez, Aaron Ramsdale made some very good saves along the way. Had 5 goals go past him in the end. 3 were disallowed. Made a catastrophic error to make it 2-0. Come flying out of his goal line. Did his worst impression of Superman, and he didn't save shit. What did you make of him, mate?
Yeah, poor today. Very poor. As I said in my fan cam to you, Lee, he made some awful kicks out today. One where I don't know who he was aiming at. It actually sliced it across the park and hit a PSV player. Lucky got away with it, and I believe went out for the throw-in. So yeah, very poor distribution today. The only thing I'll give him credit for, he was absolutely berating his defence, who was shocking. But for me, I'm sorry, mate, 5 out of 10 today.
Let's go to Kieran Tierney, my favourite player at the club. Bit part player this season, Kenny. What did you make of his performance tonight? Got subbed off in the end.
Well, the fact is that, just keep on playing like that, Kieran, and, you'll be proving your manager right. You'll be, because simple reason, you've got the minerals to be a top player. As only a year ago, we were talking about future Arsenal captain. Well, not too funny. He can't get in the team. Today, he was awful for him. The only thing that saved him from complete humiliation and a really, really, really bad mark is VAR saved him, especially for the second goal, which got disallowed. He got lucky there because he was awful. He was all over the place. He's frustrated. He was frustrating to watch. And, I can't give him anything more than I can't give him anything more than 4 because that's just, that's bad. I don't care about the reputation, how much I like Kieran as a player. I've got to mark him accordingly, and that was just a shocker. Don't get me wrong. He's not the only one in the dock. There's a lot of players who've been playing who I've rated this season who are in the dock as well. They're going to be marked accordingly. Fair's fair.
100%. Let's go to the opposite side, Jez. Tomiyasu, playing at right back this week, not left back. What did you make of him?
He was in and out, inconsistent. 1 minute he tried to overlap, then he didn't. I just didn't see anything of benefit from him tonight. It was a shockingly poor performance. And he played fairly well, but he lost out to Gakpo. And disappointed with the man. I'll give him a 5.
Let's go to the centre backs. William Saliba, Kenny.
Well, sorry, mate. We've played really well this season, but in part, you're part of the problem. You're absolutely part of the problem in terms of the way they're getting in behind us. It was naivety from you. The second goal, you sold you should show some leadership there. The fact is that Kieran Tierney should not be getting De Jong, and you should not be a spare man. You can't blame Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey had a player. You were spare. Kieran Tierney shouldn't be taking De Jong. You should have said, right, I'm a centre half. I'm getting him. I'm as big as him, and I'm going to go for him. So, you know what I mean? You shelved responsibility there, and I'm marked down for shelving responsibility. And he was all over the place. I'm going to give him a 4 as well.
Let's go to his partner in crime, the cheerleader for Mikel Arteta, Rob Holding, Jez.
Poor man. Seriously poor. I mean, as soon as I saw he was starting, I just thought, oh no, here we go. He got away with an offside when that was his name, Simmons.
Gakpo was the guy that chipped the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but I think he got turned around by that Simons or what his name is as well. Anyway, no point in discussing it. He was poor. I'll give him a 4.
Let's go into midfield. Kenny, 23 23-year-old, not 18-year-old, 23-year-old Bambi Lakonga. I still don't know what he does. I'm baffled.
Well, it's I didn't watch the documentary, but he complained about not getting airtime. He came with a great reputation for Belgium. He's looking to get in the World Cup squad. I just hope that, for his sake, that Roberto Martinez, goes on his youth form for Belgium and any appearances and training performances with the Belgian national side, because his performances for Arsenal of late have just not been good enough. He's proved less than an able deputy for Thomas Partey. Today, okay passing, second off, the game just passed him by. We can't keep on seeing this. It's can't go on. I want to be able to give him some good marks, but I can't. If you're in midfield and a game passes you by, I'm sorry, you're not cutting it for me. So I'm going to give him a 4.
Let's go to our best player of the season, Jez. Your favourite player, captain, fantastic. Even though he's not got the arm, captain without the armband. What did you make of Granit Xhaka this evening?
Worst performance this season. Sad to see, because I honestly, I picked this guy up since the start of the season. He's progressed. I like what I see. I don't always like him as a player, but performance-wise, he's been very, very good. Tonight, bloody awful, and really annoyed with him. 5.
Let's go to our actual captain, Kenny, who is actually, and I worked this out earlier, I see it earlier on Transfer Market. In the first 4 games of the season, Odegaard completed 90 minutes, 3 out of 4. Mm-hmm. Since then, he's not completed 90 minutes. What did you make of that performance after being hooked again?
Well, he didn't look very pleased when he was hooked off. He was very upset with his manager, which is a positive sign, because that was the only positive thing, was his reaction to be set off but replaced. But let's have this conversation about his performances. He may be the captain, but the fact is that he's been very average. Today was just a waste of time. It's an absolute waste of time. If the playmaker looked like the novice we bought from Portugal, not him. It's one bad performance after another. Flattering to deceive in the first half, and then second half, just nothing. Waste of time. Even if he was doing it off the ball, then I'm sure Mikel will keep him on, to the end of the games. But if he's not creating, from an offensive point of view, and he's not working after the ball, then just it's a waste of time. There is no reason or no kind of sort of like a trepidation in replacing him with Fabio Vieira, because let's face it, they're different type of players. Fabio Vieira probably is a number 8, whilst Odegaard is masquerading as a number 10. And it can't go on like this. We can't be carrying him any longer. And let's face it, we are carrying Martin Odegaard. People who like Martin ain't going to like this, but it's a fact. And today just, illustrated everything we had concerns about. And sorry, if I'm giving bad performances a 4, and I think your performance is worse than the others, then I'm sorry, you're having a 3, mate. Because, let's face it, fair's fair. It was a poor performance collectively, but individually, hasn't been good. It's a waste of time. You've been a waste of time. And today you're in a complete and utter waste of time. Maybe you might badger your manager, so please play me, but please, just if he offers you to rest for a rest, take that gift horse in the mouth and have a rest, because lie down, mate, because you really, really are not contributing to the level of performances of kind of an Arsenal player.
I think all of your ratings are very high, but I'm not crying. They're your ratings. And it's not my ratings. I'll do the manager in a bit. If you are crying about the ratings, leave yours. Whether you agree with Kenny and Jez or not, just leave them in the comments. Let's move to Teabag, Fabio Vieira. He is the next Bernardo Silva, according to this fan base, Jez. Was he Bernardo Silva this evening?
No, and he never will be. I thought in the first half he looked good. He was trying. He was, he had an attacking mindset, in my belief, and then disappeared. Just disappeared. It's almost like aliens, like he's gone. And shocking in the second half. I will give him a 5 for his first half performance. I thought he did very well, but after that, didn't know he was there. It was awful. So 5 for me.
Let's go to the opposite side. Somebody that we've been very impressed with in his time at Arsenal, making his 100th appearance this evening for Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli, Kenny.
Oh, was he playing? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I noticed he was playing when he had that sitter when he volleyed it over the bar. When he's over the bar. Yeah, that's it. But apart from that, I didn't know he was playing. I mean, come on, mate, come on. He hasn't exactly been pulling the trees. Again, I could say categorically since Liverpool, he's shown a little bit of inconsistency, which is something that we associated with him last season and definitely the season before. Which I mean, consistency to the extent that there was some consistencies before Liverpool where he's playing his best football. But at the moment, today was just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. You're gonna give Eddie Nketiah and Odegaard 6 of the best with your sharp as Kane, then you need to give him 6 of the best as well with the Kane, because that's just a waste of time. Waste of time. And deservedly substitute. So I'm going to give him a 4 because let's face it, call as you see it, there's no mates here. It's genuine analysis of a game you just watched, an honest analysis, and it's waste of time, waste of space, to be honest. That performance, not him as a person, but that performance. If that was anyone else who wasn't a big name, we would be castigating that. Really going for that. We were to fine tooth comb. Yeah, Dave, you're going to go for Eddie and you're going to go for Martin, then go for him, because he was part of the where were you club today.
100%. Let's go to the substitutes. Thomas Partey, best Sambi the Conga impression when he came.
No, you missed Edwards. You missed Edwards.
Oh, I did. Okay, go on, Jez. Fire away. Your favourite player.
Eddie Nketiah, absolute waste of space. Shocking, disgraceful, embarrassment. Sell him in the transfer window. Sell this guy. Somebody like Burnley, QPR might buy him. He's absolute pony. Shocking player. Disgraceful that we offered him that contract, and the fact he's got the shirt. Rubbish. Get him out of this club. Absolute crap. I'll give him a 3.
Let's go to Thomas Partey, Kenny.
Well, you know what? It couldn't be much worse when he replaced Albert. But let me tell you something now, it wasn't great as well. He's another one where I thought, well, the only time he knew he was playing is when he made a tackle. Apart from that, had no influence on the game proceedings when he came on. I'm not saying he was part of a losing cause, because I think the time he came on, I thought was quite retrievable. So, wasn't impressed, completely dissatisfied, and disappointed with his contribution. So I'm going to give him a 4 as well.
Let's go to Benjamin White, Jez.
Benjamin White, really. Well,
at that point, we needed 2 goals, and he brought on Benjamin White.
Exactly. Terrible management, terrible position. Didn't add to the flavour. Absolutely waste of time. He came on, he ran around, he didn't help, and he's a 5.
Let's go to Gabriel Bozo Magalhaes. Need 2 goals, Kenny. Let's bring on 2 centre-backs.
I don't know. It must have been really bad from Mikel vantage point that he brought in defenders. He probably thought that if we didn't get rid of Rob Holding, we were going to lose by 5. Although officially VAR less, we probably would have lost by 5. So he probably went there and went, "I need to shore this up, mate. It was going to get embarrassing, before the Forest game." But
Europa League group stage away to PSV with their manager who's been in the job 3 months, and we had to shore it up at 2-0 down.
Well, it's the only explanation, because let's face it, even when we did bring on the heavyweights, second heavyweights, do they make any difference? Really, PSG.
And do you know why? Because his subs were pathetic. Because the bench is pathetic.
I can't wait for his management reason. Yeah, sorry.
If you're PSV, and you're the manager or the players, and you're seeing 2 defenders go off, you're thinking, well, Reece Nelson's coming on in a minute, yeah, or one of the young kids is coming on that's an unknown that you don't know. Yeah, I think we had a kid on the bench called Ibrahim tonight, 89. Well, I don't even know what position he played.
Is he 15?
Throw him on and throw a curveball.
Is he 15? Because normally if he's 15, he would have got.
No. Jason Cundy was spot on, mate. But top gooners were crying. But you're bringing off 2 defenders to bring on 2 defenders at 2-0 down when you need 2 goals. If you're PSV, you're sitting there licking your chops, going, "Let's feast," and they did.
Well, like as I said before, like it's like the marking, because I wouldn't say he kept the score down, but there was nothing major, nothing catastrophic that he could contribute to. And I think that if we were doing sort of like a fingerprint test and putting it in a DNA database, I don't think he will be in any problems whatsoever. I think I'll speak to his solicitors and say, you know what, yeah, he's in the clear. But it doesn't. But you normally give players marks for actually contributing. So, but what did he contribute? Let's give him a high mark of 4 for just getting on the pitch.
Wow. Very quickly, apparently, Odegaard's come out, club captain, and said that he's playing the best football of his career.
When did he say that? When did he say that?
The game. I don't know if that's true, but big up DJ Crane, who's a long-time subscriber to the channel. He's put it on Matt's fan cam. The AFC captain has come out and said he is playing the best football of his career, and he is subbed off every single game.
Well, he needs to have that conversation with his manager, not with the public. Talk to your manager. If you generally believe that you're playing the best football of your career, and you're not carrying an injury, and your manager's substituting you for tactical reasons or energy reasons, talk to your manager about it. We don't need to hear that. No. Speak to your coach.
Facts. Jez, let's go to Bukayo. I'm Tom Daly, Saka.
Yeah, came on, didn't do a lot. Tried, but didn't do a lot. And I don't think he was interested, to be honest. I don't think he actually wanted to come on. I think he was quite happy. He sat on the bench having a bloody rest. Can't blame the fella, to be fair. He came on, he tried, he didn't do anything. A 5.
I think these scores are generous. I can't lie, but they're your scores. Anyway, let's go. Gabriel Jesus got booked. Didn't know he was on the pitch until he got booked. What did you make of him, Kenny?
I don't know, man. It's another no show for him as well. But you know what? He's in the dock as well. As you always say, you lose as a team, you win as a team, you play badly as a team, and you play collectively well as a team. He made no contribution whatsoever. It's a way, it wasn't. I don't know what it was. He's probably pocket money. He's paying for pocket. I think that's what they call appearance money now. Yeah, I call it pocket money. When it gets paid so much, that's probably just pocket money to him anyway. But really, truly, contribution-wise, waste of time. I don't give Mark some reputation, so he can have a 4 as well.
Listen, you know how this works, guys. You can do it, guys. Be the hash brown, potato, crisp, chip, the light bulb. There's bumps in the light and all of that rubbish. Maybe we should get Gunnosaurus to take the team talk for Forest at the weekend. I don't know. Why'd you look at me? But if you don't like the lads' scores, leave them in the comment section. We don't care if you cry. I'm not going to cry over their scores, and I don't agree with pretty much all of them. Yeah, for me, they all would have got a fucking 0, and Ramsdale would have got a 1 for at least having this couple of saves. But they're your scores. We're going to do the manager rating. 3, 2, 1.
3.
2.
Well, I can see why you gave a 2, but I'm sorry. Like, there's a thing about Mikel. You only got one job, mate. But manage your squad better, especially during the season, during the winter period, where we're having a condensed season because of the FIFA World Cup, and you can't just blame. Luckily for him, he hasn't had the audacity to blame in the World Cup. I'm sure he'll do it after another, God forbid, capitulation. He'll blame it on everyone but himself. But if you can't manage your squad better, then don't be surprised that you're getting these kind of drops in levels of performance. You know what I mean? You need to have a bit of balls, and drop your captain. He doesn't have to play Europa League games. Give Fabio Vieira a chance. And whilst you're at it, put a bomb up Ambi's arse. Simple reason. And light the match, mate, and get some fire into this boy. Seriously, sort him out. And as for Eddie, mate, as well intentioned as it is, you need to talk to this guy and say, mate, come on, man. I need more than this. You know what I mean? I'm playing you and trying to get you into my first team. You're meant to be pushing my main Gabriel Jesus. If Gabriel Jesus is injured, I'm going to need you to step up. Read him the right act. I'm not saying he probably is, but your squad management has been an utter disaster, for about a good few games now. And you'd be able to wing it, but if your squad management is affecting performances, then it's another demerit mark against you. Because the other day, one of your main jobs is not tactics, it's not just motivation, it's managing the squad and talking to your players and having the balls to decide, not them, that their levels are such that they can't play to the best of their ability. You should be able to judge that. You know what I mean? Simple as. If you can't do it properly, then don't be surprised if you're getting performances and results like this.
Exactly.
100%. We go again on Sunday against Nottingham Forest. So no doubt we'll go and batter them. And Tottenham will probably lose to whoever they're playing. And, it doesn't matter. Yes, let's make an irrelevant team relevant because that's what we do. This result will be masked by the fact that we're still top of the group. We've qualified. We will beat Zurich. We will get to the round of 16, bypassing the Champions League dropout teams in the process. And half of them will probably get knocked out before they play us. We've got no game in Europa League after Zurich until March. So we can focus on winning the league. Forgot. Top 4 is the aim.
Then more fall them because the simple reason is that opportunities are very scarce when it comes to getting this sort of information, this situation. And let's face it, we've had opportunities whilst we've been in the Emirates to actually make a title challenge. And what we've done, we haven't spent the money, or our players have not accepted the wonderful golden nugget and an opportunity to challenge for big trophies. Be part of the elite. If they bypass or forsake this opportunity, then more fool them. Because I'll tell you one thing: next year, teams are going to know about us and know about our strengths and weaknesses, and they're going to work us out. So good luck if you think you're going to challenge next year. So you better take this opportunity today, as we speak, or heads must roll.
100%. On that bombshell, we're out of here, people. Make sure you subscribe to Arsenal History and More, Jez's channel. Make sure you follow KennyKen1972 on Insta. Follow my TikTok. Yes, I'm on the Nonce platform. All links are in the description. Follow my Insta as well. Subscribe, smash a like. I'll be back again tomorrow. And yeah, we move people. Arteta Ferreira.
Manage your squad better, Arteta.
Yeah. Victoria,
Grow a pair, mate.
Adios, amigos.